Ladies and gentlemen, good day. Welcome to this video on the Startup Visa program. My name is Eiman Sadegh. I'm a business immigration lawyer licensed to practice across Canada and the United States. I have been involved in business immigration since 2009, and I've assisted thousands of families immigrate through various investment vehicles, whether it be a passive investment with the government, an active investment in a business, or other vehicles of investments. Now, I'm also the CEO and founding partner of Global Gate. Global Gate is a immigration law firm that operates throughout Canada and the United States. Our office is registered in Montreal, Quebec, and our mission statement is to provide all the tools and all the keys to our clients to help them to unlock the gates to their global future. I hope this video will be useful to you. Take what you want from it, leave what you don't want, and if you have any questions, we invite you to get in touch with us. It would be a pleasure to assist you in understanding this program and submitting an application if that is what you wish to do. Firstly, a brief introduction about this program. It was started in 2013 as a pilot project. I do recall when the program came out, it was not very popular. The practitioners all looked at it and said, this is one convoluted program. There are so many moving parts, and let's just say the first few years, the number of applications submitted were minimal, negligible. We've provided some statistics below, as you can click to see the number of files that have been submitted over the years, their acceptation rate, refusal rates, and a few other key information that's very interesting on our end. In 2018, this program was made permanent. So after 5 years of dabbling in the program and understanding the ins and outs and having experiences with clients applying under the program, the government made it permanent in 2018, and of course, in doing so, installed in legislation all the ideas that it had and all the lessons that it learned during the pilot phase of it. Now, a brief introduction about this program, in case you don't know what it is. This program is aimed at attracting the next Bill Gates, the next Thomas Edison, the next genius, and basically, the government wants to attract foreign nationals with innovative ideas, and match them with a local industry expert that will support them in the execution of this business plan. These industry experts range from business incubators, angel investors, and venture capitalist firms. And the ones that are allowed to participate in this program and actively support foreign nationals in the context of the Startup Visa program are all on the government website. Again, please visit the link below. You'll know if the person or the entity that you want to get the support from is mandated to do so by the government. So that is basically the overall aspect of the program. It's very well thought out, but very convoluted and extremely difficult to navigate. Now, having understood the overall aspects of the program, the requirements follow those characteristics. Namely, you want to have an innovative idea. If you don't know if your idea is innovative, get in touch with us. We have the industry experts and the necessary tools to help you determine what are the chances that this idea of yours might be innovative or not. Now, when we talk about innovative ideas, we're not just talking about a new product, as everybody might think. Of course, new products, that constitutes innovation, but also the definition of innovation is much larger than that. It could include, for example, manufacturing processes. I am working with certain clients that are producing already existing goods, but using an innovative manufacturing process that cuts back on human costs, material costs, and so on and so forth. So that also can constitute innovation. So the first requirement is innovation. The second requirement is that you as a foreign national be invested in the business in the sense that you hold a minimum of 10% shares of that business. You don't necessarily have to invest in that business. That's where you can get the assistance of an angel investor perhaps, or a venture capitalist. But you do have to be involved in the business, and the government wants you to actively manage this business from within Canada before you get your permanent residency. Now, this last sentence that I just mentioned is on the government website, and the link is below, so you can go and see that is the reality of it. How does the government accept you to manage this business from within Canada before you get your permanent residency? Well, the program allows you to apply for a work permit at the same time as your initial permanent residency application. So, While the PR application can take 12 to 16 months to process at current times, minus the COVID factor, of course, the work permit application takes a lot less time to process. So while you're waiting for your PR, you obtain your work permit and you're expected to come here and execute your business plan while you wait for your PR. Now, the information I just presented runs afoul of a lot of information that's out there on the website. While we do not say that it's an absolute necessity to obtain a work permit to come into Canada, we are following the guidelines of the government. And in addition, we invite you to visit a couple of the links below. We've included decisions from the federal court that actually says in what cases have been refused, and they took it to court and the government said, you know what, you didn't do enough to manage the business before you got your permanent residency. The government thought that you were doing an immigration scheme and you just wanted to immigrate and you had no plan of doing your business plan. And basically the refusals were upheld. So a year and a half, 2 years down the road, these individuals' dreams were crushed. And as such, you have to be careful how you partake in this program. Now, another requirement is that you have to have a CLB language requirements of 5, which is not the highest requirement, but it's not the lowest by any means either. So please keep that in consideration. And finally, you must have minimal assets and funds to establish yourself in Canada. On the living expense side, there is no requirement for you to actively invest funds of your own into that startup visa business. Now, that's the overall context of the program. I'll talk briefly about some of the advantages and some of the pitfalls of the programs, and I'll conclude with how we can assist you in the context of this program. We believe that the most potent advantage of this program is that it's well thought out. There are a lot of moving parts that have been finely tuned to make sure they work well. That's one. Number two, expediency. It's a direct federal program, so as opposed to the provincial nominee programs where it's a 2-tier process to obtain permanent residency, this is quicker and it's straightforward with the federal government. So those are some of the advantages that we can think of. Now, the disadvantages, or the flip side of the advantages, are that while the program is well thought out, it's extremely convoluted and there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of things can go wrong. And normally, as anybody that has actually ever touched the startup business knows, the chances of refusal on the startup business side are extremely high in the first few years. So you need to make sure that you do everything you can that you get your permanent residency while you execute that business plan. Whether or not that business plan is successful 3-4 years down the road is not as material as the steps you took in furtherance of that business plan. So we would say that in that sense, that would be one of the downsides of the program. We invite you to do your research before embarking on this program. If you hear things that are too good to be true, I've heard a lot of individuals putting videos on YouTube. I've seen that you can start a visa program by yourself. I mean, sure, you can build a house by yourself too. You don't need to be an engineer. The city might not let you, but what I mean is that you could download all the schematics, learn how to use different tools and build a house. Whether or not that house is going to be on a solid foundation, probably not. And this is the similar situation when you're embarking on such a convoluted program. You're not applying for a study permit or a simple work permit or a federal skilled worker program. This is a lot of moving parts. And so we are able to assist you from the start to the end. Ensure your idea is innovative. Make sure you get the support you need from the start all the way to the end of the issuance of your permanent residency. My name has been Eiman Sadegh, founding partner and CEO of Global Gates. We hope that you enjoyed this video and invite you to get in touch with us if you have any questions and inquiries. If you hear something too good to be true, ask the hard questions. Ask the person giving you that information. Well, who's getting refused? Why are they getting refused? What's the strategy so that my file doesn't get refused? The answer to those questions will definitely let you know if you're on the right path or not. Thank you for your time and have a good day.